that's on you. So let's continue. I think it's starting video 2, T.D. Jakes exposed, sadly enough, for the people he's hurt, wearing a red jacket on his Sunday service, May 17th, 2020. I believe this started the second video, part 2. So then T.D. Jakes, after he goes to say how the 12 disciples didn't learn proper leadership skills, prosperity, which is money. Jesus, Yahushua Christ isn't going to be teaching about money and prosperity, T.D. Jakes. And then he says how they didn't learn about being noble, and they didn't learn, well, I know they did. And then he says how they didn't learn about being famous, which I know they didn't care about being famous like you, T.D. Jakes, because you're a selfish, greedy monster, bro, with your own self-doings, with your blood-red suit jacket of innocent men, women, and children that you have the blood of you represented on your jacket up there, turning into a demon, morphing all out, dude. Then after that, guys, he gets even crazier by going into saying that how, you know, like how you, if you look up to people, anybody you look up to, how they're a cross, they all got a cross, therefore they're cross people. Meaning they're all ill-natured, bad mood, angry type people, no good, filth. That's what he's telling you, okay? T.D. Jakes is saying this. Then he says, even in more insane stuff, as if he was on drugs, but I'm sure it was just the demons and monsters talking for him. He goes then to further say that if you want a degree, not all humans can get degrees, okay? Let's see what he says. It says degrees, disciples didn't have, hold on, let me see, let me find out where it's at. Well, he ended up talking about degrees and how some people can't get degrees because you don't have a cross and you don't have a crown. He was speaking just like gibberish stuff, guys. Like, hold on, let's just continue. Saying how like, then he was saying the same thing for the disciples. T.D. Jakes, the disciples didn't have colleges back then, bro, so they wouldn't have degrees. He was literally trying to bash the disciples saying, well, they didn't have degrees. Well, no, they didn't, because they didn't have degrees back in Jesus' time there, T.D. Jakes. And then he continues on with, it says, let's see here, until degree for modern schools, degree. I'm trying to just read what I'm looking at. Oh, I actually did it. Degrees weren't even invented until 1636, guys. So he's sitting there bashing the 12 disciples for not having a degree, but the first degree was issued in 1636 at Harvard University. So T.D. Jakes, quit bashing people for not having degrees and saying that mankind can't get degrees because they don't have a cross or a crown. That's insane. And then you're going even more insane by saying the 12 disciples are bad people because they didn't have degrees either. But yet degrees weren't even invented until 1636 at Harvard University. So what are you even talking about, my man? You've lost your mind, dude. The demons have got to your mind. You in that red blood jacket of innocent people. And then it says how disciples seen, let's see here. He's saying how the disciples seen the king and not the cross. How all those 12 disciples, they only seen Jesus, Yahushua HaMashiach. They only seen him for being a king and not the cross. They only seen him, they only served Christ, and they literally left their jobs and followed Christ and became fishermen of men because they only seen the king in it. They only seen the money. He's going to inherit his kingdom and he's going to be rich and we're all going to be rich, and that's why they're following him, and that's the only reason they did it. They only did it for that reason and not because they had love in their hearts and they went around risking their lives, saving people and healing people and running and getting beaten up and imprisoned for speaking truth, and how they all died at the end for their faith for Christ Yahushua. But yet he's telling you, T.D. Jakes, T.D. Snakes, is literally telling you how the disciples, how they literally only seen Christ Yahushua as a king and not the cross. He literally says this in his sermon, which is blasphemy. You are blasphemy. That is totally, totally incorrect, undoctrined. This is gibberish, guys. I'm going to move on because I don't want it to get so crazy long because I already know it's going to be. Then it goes on how he mumbles lies. And then he says every day, let's see here. He says, why every day, just as my notes, it might sound, why every day have a, let's see here. Let me catch up on my notes and then I'll talk some more, guys. Give me a second, excuse me. Master, he mumbles, has cross with master's degree. And then it says, let's see, everybody doesn't have a... He's up there, he was up there, literally, T.D. Jakes was up there mumbling lies. He literally said everybody doesn't have a master's degree because they don't have a cross. What does that even mean, dude? He's literally telling people in America, in the world, that you don't, if you don't have any degrees or you don't have a master's degree, he's specifically, then you don't have a cross. Meaning what? You don't have Christ in your life? Is that what you're saying, bro? I mean, what? You're talking gibberish, demon. I mean, TD Jakes, Snakes, whatever your name is. Then he goes on to say, some don't make it to notoriety, which means fame, guy. I don't care about reaching fame, dude. I'm doing this because I'm called and I work for the kingdom and I'm fated for it. I've conquered the world, death, and Satan for 3 years now. And I'm full-time working for the kingdom as of 2020. And I've been saved since 18 years old. And I'm 34 years old out here slaying demon giants, including you there, buddy. Because I'm calling you out for what you are, but you've already done it to yourself. So I'm just clarifying things. That's all. I'm not calling him out. He's already called himself out. I misspoke. Oopsie. I didn't call Mr. T.D. Jakes out. He called himself out on his Sunday service in the red jacket. Go watch it if you want, but say a prayer of protection and you'll see what I'm talking about. He's talking gibberish, guys. He's insane. And he even says the word he sold out at the end. It's clear as can be. Okay? And he's morphing. He takes still shots as you watch him talk and turn it. His face is angry looking like a monster. Again, when we speak, light shines on our faces. We light up and glow, even in hurricanes. He's looking like a monster. So then he goes on how, okay, you don't have degrees. Some people don't have degrees, or you don't have a master's degree because you don't have a cross. Which, again, cross people are ill-natured, angry, mad, bad mood people, according to T.D. Jakes. And then he continues on with, like I said, I'm just going to have to scan through here. He continues on. Let me get this other stuff in. Hold on, guys, excuse me. Because I got I was talking about the jacket, and I've already covered all that. So then we have the potter's house. We're going to get into the signs and what all that means. Okay. His signs. Hold on, guys. Excuse me. Yep. So, Mr. T.D. Jakes here. Hold on. Brandon Joshua's taking down a giant. Sip my water, praise God. Let's continue. So then he's going on. Oh, T.D. Jakes, his emblem, guys. The Potter's House has a cross in it. Look up the Potter's House emblem if you want. It's on his church. It's on all his books, internet. It's on everything. The Potter's House and TDSNAKES. Okay. Red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag. That's the blood of cross I wear to indicate that all the time, just like it's on my staff. But red flag is something I said a long time. The Potter's House literally means like if you look at his emblem, okay. First of all, if you turn it upside down, it's upside down cross. Okay, it's not a regular cross anymore. It's upside down cross. The hands and arms are reaching inside of a pyramid. Now, I just recommend when you get at this point of watching the video, if you want to Google search the Potter's House image so you can see what the actual his emblem looks like for his church and his books and all, you'll see it say the Potter's House with a cross and like a upside down pyramid and a earth in the middle. That's the image. If you want to pull that up as I'm describing this so you can get a visual of what I'm saying. It might help you to see the truth. Okay, do that. I recommend you doing that just so you can better understand the truth, guys. Actually, do that, please, so you can understand what I'm saying, please. For real. It'll help you see truth. And Father God, I pray that you allow them to see this, for it's important. So the Potter's House, what's on all T.D. Jakes stuff, including his church, the hands and arms are reaching inside of a pyramid, forming a clay pot. The pyramid represents the Illuminati. Okay? Remember, I put on here, remember evil serpents use mind games and psychiatry, and they try to manipulate your mind, which is why the Lord had me study psychiatry. And he actually, when I wasn't living right, I learned mentalism from a demon. Darren Brown, that famous demon, Darren Brown. And then I found out at the end he was gay on top of it. Full-on demon, man. Darren Brown, when I wasn't living the best, I learned mentalism from him. So, like I said, and it's amazing how God walked me through my journey in life. Wait till y'all hear my book when it comes out one day, you guys. It's going to be amazing. I'm going to have a few. So let's continue here. The red flag, so the potter's house emblem, the hands are reaching inside of a pyramid, forming a clay pot. The pyramid represents the Illuminati. And then it says, and remember, they play mind games. And remember, when you're reading his emblem on his church, your brain, your mind, to always take stuff in subconsciously as well. And everything that your brain hears and forwards, your brain also records it in reverse. That's why they can use backmasking type technology on people too. And they can get people with stuff like that too. All right. So then it says how your subconscious picks up the stuff. It picks all this up. It's your subconscious is getting this. Everything I'm telling you. The hands reaching inside the pyramid, forming the clay pot, represents you know who. All right. And then it says how... I'm reading down. Excuse me. Sorry. It says I don't have this set up, guys, because I'm just in a new place right now, and I didn't even set it up because I'm just rolling with it. It says I'm just going down my list here. So we have that part of it. Oh, hold on. Is that my I'm trying to find my note here. Well, hold on. I'll just have to read down my notes then. So the arms reaching inside of the clay pot represents the Illuminati. They try to control your mind, body, and which is your temple, and of course your soul. Let's see here. Oh, and now I made a note saying how when you subconsciously take things in like this, it's feeding the inner demon in your body, so you don't realize it. But that's why sometimes you can randomly snap out on people, or just that sometimes can lead to you falling altogether, just because you constantly take things in subconsciously. Which is why I say I don't watch TV or listen to no negativity, because I don't want to put that negativity in my body, because our brains take it all in reverse. So any backmasking demonic stuff in there, you're going to be getting, don't even realize it. So I don't want to subject my temple and my body to any more demonic stuff than I have to make my walk that much harder. So I just stay away from all demonic music and all demonic stuff on TV, just so I don't put that in my mind, so I don't put it in my body, because it does have an effect on you. Okay, so just cut that out your life, guys. You'll be amazed if you stop watching TV and listening to like devil music and stuff. You can if you listen to rap, dude, there's all kind of Christian hip hop, all kind of stuff. You just got to have spiritual discernment and make sure those people are living right, because even people right now, you're going to find a lot of people are not living right, and they're all going to be exposed. You're going to find the ones like me that are trying their best to live honest men of God here to help mankind. And I've given up the world, guys, to work for you, to work for mankind, to help you and your families. And that is the God's honest truth. Okay? And I mean, I don't even make any money, guys, doing this right now. In the future, I'm sure, some people might probably try to send some donations or something in the future, but I'm doing this all out of the kindness of my heart, because it has to be done. Okay, so let's continue on. So not only, and like I was saying, how they try to break down your spiritual roots and wear you down by subjecting you with all that subliminal type stuff. And then let me continue on. And then we continue on. It says, I'm gonna read my notes a second. People astray. And then he has a little white emblem with his feet spread wide, and he's holding a book up which looks like a Bible, and his fingers are like this. Okay, that he's holding his fingers up like the god Pan. Okay, but he's representing the Baphomet. T.D. Jakes has the Baphomet in his symbol, his church symbol on his building. T.D. Jakes has the hands reaching into the pyramid, right? Then on top of that, he has the Baphomet on his church emblem. When you flip it all upside down, you'll see all this. The potter's house literally has a Baphomet. He has his little emblem with his legs spread wide, representing he's a Freemason, with his hands up, with one hand up like that, representing the false Greek god Pan, and also the Baphomet, okay, cultism, Satanism, and then the book is, I don't know what the book is, probably a cultist book, or a mock of the Bible, who knows, but I know those other ones is factual. I'm not totally sure about what the book he's holding represents, but it's just going to be either, it doesn't matter. What is it, a demonic book? He's making a mockery of the Bible, holding up the Bible while he's holding up the Baphomet finger, or you know what I'm saying, the Baphomet finger, you know what I'm saying, that's made to do vile things to men and women, if you get what I'm saying. Yeah, it's sick and twisted and perversion, people, and that's what your pastor up there is holding, TDSNAKES. So then on top of it, the hands reach, I'm keep repeating it so I'm drilling in your head. The potter's house, flip it upside down, you flip his church emblem upside down, that's on all his stuff. You got an upside down cross, you got a Baphomet, you have a crescent moon in purple, you have a black man's face, which represents T.D.JAKES, worshiping that moon. All in his church emblem now. This is all there. Pull that emblem up, you'll see it. And then, so what that represents is him worshiping the moon, because back in the day, you have the hands reaching into the pyramid, which is the triangle going down. You'll have the upside down cross, the hands reaching inside the pyramid, okay? And then you have the crescent moon in purple, right? That's a red flag, which is it's a subliminal image that your brain's taking in and you don't realize it. You have another red flag subliminal image of T.D.JAKES' black man's face worshiping the crescent moon, okay? You have because it's the silhouette. His T.D.JAKES' silhouette of the is in white, and his hair is light purple. Red flag, red flag. This he's also representing Freemasons. Like I said, his church emblem, the Potter's House, he's representing Freemasons, the Baphomet, and of course the Baphomet is positioned between the hands, horns and all. And then it says it's used by Satanic Temple openly, and so does T.D.JAKES. In Arkansas Capitol, free speech activists were out there talking about free speech and our rights, so they went out there and set up an 8-foot tall Baphomet right there by the free speech people at the Capitol in Arkansas. And that's how wicked these people are, guys. They had an 8-foot tall Baphomet creature standing over people, and if you want to look up how scary the Baphomet is, it's got hooves for feet, a goat-like bottom. It's got like a man's body, like a woman's stomach and breast, and a goat head with big horns, a big long like penis in the middle. Its fingers are held up. Okay, it's a very sick thing. Baphomet. Got a Baphomet between the two hands. Okay, in his church emblem. This is insane, right? The Potter's House, T.D.JAKES church emblem. Flip it upside down. This is his own doings, guys. This isn't me. I'm just showing you what T.D.JAKES has on his building and showing you what he really is. And he wore a jacket on May 17, 2020 and exposed himself. Now that he's exposed himself, I'm going to clarify what he is from our point of view. He's already given you his point of view and told you he works for Satan. He did that Sunday. So I'm just giving you our point of view, or mine. Okay? So, but this is all facts, guys. So you got the hands reaching into the pyramid, right? I'm just saying again. And then you have the crescent moon up there in his emblem. And then you have T.D.JAKES, the black man's face, it's in a silhouette, a white silhouette, and his hair is purple, okay? Worshiping that moon, right? The crescent moon. And because in the old times, you had the crescent moon that apparently in mythical, like married the sun goddess. And so that's why they're worshiping the moon, and it has to do with the sun goddess, okay? That's just a little, like, history behind it. But then it says, so it's kind of odd how the Satanist temple, like, if you look up the Satanic Temple, they push the Baphomet. That's one of their statues. So then why is T.D. Jakes also having the Baphomet on his side of his church? Ask yourself that question. If you believe in God, you better run. Get away. Don't ever go back. It's cleared right now. That church, he has nobody in there. God is protecting y'all. He thinks, T.D. Jakes, you think you've cleared that church out and you're up there in your red jacket and you think you've done something special because you don't have nobody in your church and you think you have a victory because you misled all God's people and you're mocking them by hiding in their houses in fear, because we're not supposed to have fear. Our God doesn't give us He tells us, do not be afraid, or fear not, do not be afraid 365 times. And he's up there mocking you. But in actuality, T.D. Jakes, you don't have nothing to do with this. You lost, buddy. You and the demons and the Satan, the dark side, y'all lost. Again, God reached in with the blood of Christ, not the blood of innocent, the blood of witchcraft, the blood of Christ, the blood of God, reached in and he saved those people from all these places. So now they have to make the decision, if the doors ever open, if they want to go back to the pit of hell, to the serpent's dens, because what you have at your potter's house there is a serpent's den, T.D. Jakes, and it's emitted by what your own emblem is on your church. So you openly admit what you are, and hey, that he's telling you guys what he is. I can't bash the man but so much as far as that goes. He's literally telling you people what he is. Why can't you see it? So therefore you have to make a choice. T.D. Jakes has now told you he worships Satan, his red jacket, occult jacket, and now you know what his emblem is, okay? And you know what he is now, so now you have to make the decision. Do you want to go back and serve Satan and a known occultist, Satanist, that he just said he sold out? Or do you want to go find you a new church and serve God and let people like him crumble down by not getting all those millions of dollars of God's money no more? They're only powerful like that because God's men and women, God's people, God. You think sinners are going to church? Sinners that drink beer and cuss and go live like bad people like him? They don't go make him rich. Bad people, his kind of people, demons don't make demons rich. They're getting rich off of our back. Off of, not my back, but you know what I'm saying, they're getting rich off of deceived men and women of God that don't fully know their God. You, men and women, the body of church that don't fully understand God's ways, the power of your God, the God's people is making him rich. All of y'all stop going there, and for now you know what he is, don't go there, and then he won't get y'all's money no more. He won't get God's money no more. People like me, other people, I don't want your money. I'm just saying, like in general, good, honest speaking people need, if you're going to give money to something, support people that are doing the right thing and carrying the light of God, walking with the torch of God, dude. You know what I'm saying? Don't be supporting these demons that are literally telling you that they're burning God's places down, dude. It's insane at this point if anybody would go back there, but that's your own free will. So let's continue. So you have the two hands reaching into the pyramid. You have T.D. Jakes. It literally says the black man's face. That's why I keep saying that, because that's how it was labeled. The black man's face, T.D. Jakes. That's how it's labeled, the black man's face, but that's T.D. Jakes. Okay? He's staring up there, looking at it, worshiping the crescent moon for the crescent moon and the sun goddess. Okay, which is ultimately, he's pushing Islam. He's pushing Allah. They worship Allah, guys. When all them guys are out there praying and shaking at that wall, that's not what you think it is. When they're putting their little prayer things in the wall, right? That's not what you think it is. That's not no prayer wall. That's an old brick wall from an old castle, dude, an old kingdom over there, right? And all those people that shake back and forth, they look like they're demon possessed when they're shaking back and forth, praying to a wall, right? And they'd say Christians are idol worshippers, but yet they're the ones sitting there praying to a wall, jerking back and forth like insane people, like they're demon vexed, they're demon possessed. Demon vexed means you're demon, like you have demons around you. Demons persuade you to do things that you normally wouldn't do, and they ultimately can possess you. And it's facts, people. Many people are right now. Look how dark the world is. So let's make sure I didn't miss anything here as far as what I was saying. The Baphomet was originally the 12th century Europe Catholic Church. Satanists worship our worshippers worship the Baphomet. In the 19th century, Arthur designed what you see today. Somebody named Arthur in the Satanist temple. So think about that. Satanist temple worship and hail the Baphomet, and yet it's on T.D. Jakes, the Potter's House emblem, on all T.D. Jakes books, on his church, his website. All T.D. Jakes stuff has a Baphomet on it, has a pyramid on it, reaching hands into a pyramid, with T.D. Jakes staring up at a crescent moon, worshiping a moon, Saturn worship, worshiping sun goddess, worshiping Baal, the small L, Lord of the Flies. Okay, filth, Lord of the Filth. Okay, that's what Baal is, B-A-A-L, and it's got apostrophe B-A apostrophe A-L. It's called Baal or Baal, and that's Lord, small L, Lord of the Flies, Lord of Filth, Satan. That's what it is. Jesus says that in the Bible. Okay, Baal is Satan. It is Lucifer. That's what Jesus says in the Bible, and T.D. Jakes is praying to Lucifer, guys. And when all these guys over there from that country that pray to that wall, and they're really worshiping Islam and Allah, when they're talking about rising the Messiah, heed warning, they're really talking about rising the Antichrist, not Christ Jesus Yahushua. So when people like TDSNAKES are talking about rising the Messiah, and when you hear those guys over there in Islam and all them ones that are supposed to be like my dog Joel, they're supposed to be like those kind of people, right? Because you're not supposed to say that word up here. Oh my, right? You're supposed to be like those kind of people. Well, when they talk about they wear the little funny hats, you know what I'm talking about? Those people that pray to that wall and jerk back and forth, just like T.D. Jakes. That's Islam. That's Allah. That's Baphomet. That's occultist, witchcraft, warlock. That's Lucifer. All that. That's what it is, guys. It's it says Allah was an ancient moon god. Okay, who married the sun goddess. That's why he worships Allah. That's why you have the black man's face staring up at the crescent moon, is because it represents Allah, which in then return married the sun god, which is then connected into the whole Saturn worship. It gets deep, guys. It goes really deep, and I don't want to go explain all that. We'll be here for 5 hours. I'm not giving a snake that much of my time. I'm giving the men and women of God this time of mine for the inner spirit. My God, my rabbi is YESHUA. I work directly for the kingdom. I was told to do this. I've been writing stuff down since this morning. I write everything down, guys. I don't just sit here and read it off the computer, because he's making me write it all down. I have a laptop. He's making me write it down, though, because I remember it better. I'm logging this because in the future, we're not going to have computers. They're going to take away all of our electronics. So that's another thing I just remembered. My Spirit's speaking to me now. This is from God, guys, right now. Right now, the Holy Spirit speaking to me. Thank you. Thank you, my God. Praise God. Thank you. Praise God. Woo. Man. I haven't... Oh, man. Ooh, it's... Oh, wow. Guys, you got a heed warning. Write stuff down, because we're not going to have electronics in the future. If we do, it's going to be far and few in between. And write things down on paper like I do. Make notes. You always have copies of stuff, or all the stuff you have on a computer. Make sure you save them on little those little flash drives that you can have them external and take them with you. Never leave them on just one computer. Always keep them sealed, because they have technology that they can just point in a direction and fry all your stuff. So make sure you keep all your stuff that's real important and protect it. Put everything on a flash drive, and I recommend handwriting things down as well, just so somebody's going to have to come take this out of my hand if you want my notes. And ain't no demon can do that, because when you're a true man and woman of God, demons have to flee from you. As soon as I start to speak, as I wear this I don't worship, guys. I wear the full armor of God. All these verses that are on here, you realize the full armor of God is defensive verses, except for one, the sword of the mouth. As soon as I start to speak with the sword of the mouth, demons have to flee, because I'm a real man of God. And I'm a 1% angelic warrior on top of that. Right? So it's just amazing, guys. It is amazing. how much God does for people when you serve him. It doesn't matter if you're a 1% angelic or you're a divine human being that God gave reign. You're just as powerful as me. The only difference is mankind was given domain over all earth, and people like me, our DNA, apparently, we're like God seeds, godly seeds that he spread out throughout the earth. And as we grew, we had to find ourselves again. We had to find, it's all a journey in life, guys. And I was given revelation because I detached from the world and I allowed myself to see this. And excuse me, my nose is itching. What's that mean? I don't know what that means. Well, I've been sitting outside, man. But it's windy out here. But it allowed me to see, like, it just allowed me to see everything going on in truth and in my own self. And I found myself in my purpose in life. And I realized what this world is, guys. It's good versus evil. You got to pick a side. The world's paused because everything's being exposed right now. We're going to know who all the bad guys are, and you're going to know who all the good guys are. And then you're going to have the people in the middle wearing the mask that are just brainwashed and don't know who they are, much less what's going on in the world. And I'm scared for those people. Those are the ones at risk of being sacrificed because they've already said it, guys. This is the people why I'm speaking. I want you to take your mask off and listen to us. I want to save your life and your children's life. Your body has 380 trillion viruses in it. Your body heals you. You're not a walking virus. You cannot die from a virus. The only way you can get a virus is if somebody that has a cold gets their infected saliva, sinus mucus, like coughs or sneezes in your mouth or gets their blood in you. So don't fear. Do not have fear. Your God tells you that 365 times, one time for every day. Fear not. Do not be afraid. Let's finish up with Mr. TDSNAKES. So the Allah, moon goddess, the Allah, the moon god, ancient moon god that married the sun goddess. So it's an ancient pagan religion. Baal worship, small L, Lord of the Flies, the Lord of Filth. Okay, and then I put on here, it's sad how I seen a thing where also on this showed Mr. T.D.JAKES on the cover of a Bonnie magazine, and the sad part is that it says he says, I'm gonna transform your life. 175 tips. I like that American flag too. I'm gonna transfer your life, Mr. T.D.JAKES says, on 175 tips to transform your life, and it says, oh, transform your life. 175 tips to make over your life. A Bonnie magazine. So this is for African Americans. TDSNAKES tells you that he's gonna give you 175 tips on making over your life and this is in order now how he listed it: relationships, health, money, and your career. Really, dude? Come on now. Okay, so that's all